Thokozani sanibonani dumelang absheni and hello Inyanga Yo MPEDI umkhuluti. I'm an African sanus umprofeti wakwantu. The topic for today says we don't have to practice Egyptian African spirituality. The reason why I chose this topic, it is mainly because of I've seen that abantu abaningi balahlekile eNingizimu Afrika and balahlekiswa ithina abantu esithi singabantu bakamoya, because of akusikuthi bonke abantu abathi abantu bakamoya ngeqiniso ngempela abantu bakamoya. Some of them are just abantu if which baphethwe izisu bavele nje balamba, mabaqeda ukulamba bona ukuthi no, we can just try to ukuthi thina singene kwindaba yokuthi singadla through this thing of African spirituality, noma through this thing of pastoring, or saying maybe they are leading churches. Ukhuluma iqiniso, abafundisi, izinyanga, abapriest, the so-called prophets, nabantu of which they say abantu bakamoya, these are the very same people of which are killing the nation more than bonke abantu, because of they are focusing more on ukuthi bona bazuze imali, focusing more on ukuthi bona banqede imndeni yabo, while they are damaging the world, while they are damaging the outside families. Namhlanje ngithi we don't have to practice Egyptian African spirituality. Mkhuloti, what are you trying to imply? Don't you think maybe the thing of which you are saying is hate speech? No, it's not. Don't you think maybe the speech of which you are carrying out to us as black African people, maybe you are trying to discriminate or to show hatred from us as African people or as South African people to North African people? No, it's not. But we must face the honest fact. I'm not here talking about thinking or maybe stating opinions, but I'll state facts. Number one, let's talk about African spirituality on its own. Then talk about Christianity on its own. Coming to Christianity, we get to learn that Jesus Christ is the Son of God through what happened to Mary and Joseph, which is a story of which we don't have anyone who can attest that this story is a real story or not. Fine, it's fine. Then afterwards, we get to get that the scholars are now in a kind of war or in a kind of dialogue, saying that the Bible is something of which was copied down from the Egyptian ideology, Egyptian schools, Egyptian culture and everything. Then afterwards, the Christians try to change and mobilize the Egyptian stories into the Christian ones, of which is something that we cannot also attest to. It's something of which we cannot say, yes, it's true, yes, it's not, because of we were not there. I'm talking about things of which are happening in today's life. I'm talking about things of which are now happening, things of which we see by our own eyes, by our own naked eyes, by our own spirit. We can never dwell on things of which are seriously historical books. At this moment, we are learning about King Pharaoh, King Ra, King Adura, those Egyptian monarchs of which were there long ago. So Tina, as black African people from South Africa, is it the culture of which we must practice? Is it the religion of which we must really practice? Is it the religion of Melsilandelele? No, it's not. Namhlanje abantu abaningi abafundisa abaningi bafundisa abantu about the African calendar, the African stories. But talking about African stories, are they talking about South African stories? No, they don't. Are they talking about Botswana African stories? No, they don't. Are they talking about Mozambique African stories? No, they don't. Are they talking about maybe let me say Zimbabwe African stories? No, they don't. But they talk about Egyptian African stories. Don't you think maybe even the same thing that you are doing, you are still colonizing us? You are still black chaining us. Huh? They said we need to be spiritually liberated. We need to gain spiritual freedom. But how can we get spiritual freedom if nisifundisa ngabo khokho base Egypt? Not abokhokho base South Africa lasikon. The Kemetic practices, it's something of which we, as black South African people, must practice. We must not. We mustn't practice any Kemetic practices because we are not black African people from Egypt. Even the way we look, we differ. Even from our own skins, we differ. Our hair, we differ. Egyptian and South Africans are two different people. Let's say maybe we're talking about people from Mozambique, people from Botswana. We are from the very same heart, very same scale, very same tectonic plate. But not this issue of us practicing the Kemetic practices. It's wrong. It's wrong. You can get a prophet from Botswana in South Africa, they speak the very same language. They dance the very same movements. But get a prophet from Egypt, and the cultures and the customs of which are practiced in Egypt, and the customs of which you practice here in South Africa, they are two different. Mina ngimangala abafundisi abaningi namhlanje sebeyashintsha. Wonke umfundisi mengena, they are practicing African spirituality. Wonke umfundisi mengena, they are practicing African spirituality. Abazalwa, they are practicing African spirituality because of they say in African spirituality kunemali. In African spirituality, njengoba si and African spirituality, this is something melithi holwe yinyanga. Ekumele iholwe abaprofeti bakwantu, ekumele iholwe izangoma. Not ukuthi umfundisi from a biblical story, biblical school, a biblical college, then you say yabuya mebuya, you say to no, we must now practice kuthiwa yini African spirituality. Umuntu wakhona ufunde ngabo God Ra, God Za, and all those stories of which are just in history book. Then we must take that as African, South African black people. That's wrong. Singobani thina? Thina singabantu bakanomkhubulwana. Thina singabantu bakamlenze munye. Thina singabantu bakaSidumo. Thina singabantu baseNingizimu Afrika. Thina sinamakhosi, sinabaprofeti, sinenyanga of which bezikhona from dala. People of which kumele ukuthi uma sitshelwa ihistory sitshelwe ngabo. Uma kukhuluma about in history and identity yethu, we must try to walk kuma footsteps wala bantu labo. We have prophets such as Nsikana. We have prophets such as Mugijima. We have Asian prophets such as Nkokmantsopa. We have prophets abafana Inyanga, abafana Khotosithunza. Khotosithunza, each and every church of which is here. I'm counting the Shembe Nazareth Church, the ZCC, the IPHC, and many churches of which are here. Lenism Africa. Leyandoda was the base. Leyandoda was the foundation of all those churches. Ngikhuluma straight was the foundation. Leyandoda leya. Inyanga zinkulu. Lenism Africa. So, why kumele ukuthi namhlanje thina uma sesibadala sesizazi ukuthi singobani sisukaphi sifuna ukuya ngapi sesiyaqala ke manje ukuthi sifunde ngathi sigijima le eGibhithe sinaba prophet bakwantu omprofeti uEzaya uShembe uBhombela isitimela samampondo. These are the right people of which we must follow the footsteps zabo. Anyeke sithi na siyinyanga singaba prophet sile South Africa bese we are following a religion yase Egypt. You are also colonizing us. You are also brainwashing us. You are now brainwashing us ngenkolo yase Gibhithe. The pyramids, the Egyptian pyramids, la kunqotshwa khona amakhosi. The face so as Pharaoh is there. The lion face of which they are there. Thina sila East Africa, lama face lawo asenzela ini ngoba okhokho bethu abawazi. Ingakho mina ngithi kuwena follow South African spirituality. Irregardless of us being the very same in the very same continent, it doesn't mean we pray God in the very same way. God is one, but we pray God in different ways. Thina siyaphahla. Thina singabantu basembo. Thina singabantu bomoya. Njengobona la ngiphethe impepho. Lena ikhombo yomoya. Ikhombo yomoya ibiza imali engange 500 rand. Ikhombo yomoya ezuyibona kanje lana impepho le uma ukhuleka ubiza umdali ubiza amandla ubiza okukhulukhulwana ushisa lempepho le uma kunesimo somuntu okuhlukumeza emsebenzini ushisa lempepho le ufuna umsebenzi ufuna ini ibhizinisi lakho liyawa ushisa lempepho le ubize kokhokho ubize komkhulu ubize kumdali into zakho ziyokhanya sibe namanzi lamanzi lawa amanzi ukuthi uma uza ithunzela uzwa ipoki uzwa imimoya ebumnyama uzwa otikoloshe uqhela ngalamanzi lawa around your yard you sprinkle this water around your yard you sprinkle this water around your yard kuze imimoya emibi ikwazi ukuthi ihambe uma kunento ehleli ngaphakathi kwen some point uhamba inyoka ngaphakathi kwen le nyoka le muhamba yona ngaphakathi kwen at some point umuhamba inyoka ngaphakathi kwena futhi ngesinye isikhathi unamabhadi makufanele ukuthi uye somewhere ayikho into elungayo uthatha iswasho lesi ugeza ngaso ustima ngaso into zakho ziyakhanya thina singabantu base-Afrika eNingizimu Afrika eSouth Africa singabantu beyigubu singabantu bogogo uma sibiza umdali on Sunday sishaya igubu sibiza ogogo hawu madoda then amadlozi ethu akwazi ukusigijimela azikuthina amadlozi ethu akwazi ukusizwa uma ungeza la on Sunday ngimema wena muntu othi mina mkhuloti ngifuna inkonzo kamoya ngifuna inkonzo yamadlozi ngifuna inkonzo yokhokho ngifuna inkonzo abantu abadala come on a Sunday uma uzala kule ndawo ngilungisela abantu iphiyo zabo ngivela abantu izinto zabo uma kuthiwa kunemimoya ehleli kwena ebumnyama uma ufike la on a Sunday le mimoya izokuyeka iyaphuma kwena kodwa samba ngenkolo yokhokho bethu siyaphahla sibiza amandla sibiza umdali uma kunesimo esihleli kwena obona kule simo lesi sidinga ukuthi kube into engayisebenzisa uthola ikhombo yomoya ebiza nje imali engange 500 rand le khombo lo uyisebenzise emva lokho sibize okhulukhulana bakho uma ufika la kule nkonzo uyafika nemali uzoqela umndeni wakho uqelela wena konke kwakho kuzolunga uzobona ukuthi uNkulunkulu wase-Afrika uyaphila thina singabantu abaphahlayo sabantu bamanzi sabantu bemithi anyeke sithandaze oNkulunkulu wamakati noNkulunkulu bezinja labakhuleka lapha eEgypt we cannot do that uNkulunkulu obikati amadlozi wethu ukubona lokho le nto lesiqalekiso thina sikhuleka uNkulunkulu okade ekhulekwa wonke osenza ngakhona kajama sikhuleka uNkulunkulu okade ekhulekwa oKhimushweshwe oQueen Mujaji Badimo Barona uma lesigubhu sishaya on a Sunday siyanbiza nina basemaweni ezintabeni emanzini hawu ngakenzeni mathonga hawu emanzini bo ezintabeni emaweni hawu yedlo slami ngahlupheka mina ukhona ingalendlela sinento abanyama sado la ngakhona ndakababa ngiyakumema imvuselelo African Traditional Church each and every Sundays 11 o'clock ibala uzothola imfundiso ngeculture yakho ngesintu sakini siyabonga
sibonge mkhulu mkhulu ake usicacisele kabanzi la imvuselelo Traditional Church njengoba uveza zonke lezi zinto ezisetshenziswa khona ngabe ihlobene yini nobusatanist
imvuselelo African Traditional Church ayihlobana nobusana zimbi akuna sithani zimbi akuna 666 epracticewayo lana sipractice inkolo yakwantu inkolo yakaNkulunkulu usithani zimbi 666 asipractice lokho thina sipractice inkolo yomoya ngibonge kakhulu makeba ngombuzo wakho ngithi into abantu basasofunda inyanga yompedi umkhuloti hlangana nami on a Sunday makhosi